Hey, what's up, everyone? You are listening or watching my comic book journey podcast. I'm your host, KNDY, and today we shall go back to the year 1975. With a cover date of September 1975, we are talking about issue 27 of The Defenders from Marvel Comics. And the writer was Steve Gerber, penciler was Sal Buscema, inker was Vince Colletta, colorist was Wenzel, letterer it was Joe Rosen, and the editor was Len Wein. Sorry if you can hear the fan in the background. Still hot here in California, so still have it going. But yeah, let's go ahead and talk about this issue. So, one of the biggest things about this issue here was that it's featured Guardians of the Galaxy, Vance Astro, Charlie 27, Martinex, and Yondu. But it also is instrumental, or actually, I don't want to use the word instrumental. It was quite popular because it was the first appearance of the Guardians of the Galaxy member, Starhawk. Well, he wasn't the member yet. But it was his first appearance. And before I go on, let's talk about the Guardians of the Galaxy. Not the ones you see in the Marvel Comics universe, the MCU. I'm talking about the Guardians of the Galaxy that many people grew up reading back, from the 70s through the 90s. That Guardians of the Galaxy, with Vance Astro as the leader, and my God, that was one of the best comic book series to read growing up. Definitely one of my favorites. And I have to admit, when I found out that Marvel would be showcasing Guardians of the Galaxy, I had no idea that there was a different group. I was expecting the original members that I've read in comic books. And while you do see certain characters from the original team show up in the movies, such as Yondu, it's not about that Guardians of the Galaxy. It's you have a different one. And in a way, for the most part, I did enjoy the movies and the characters. And it definitely brought something exciting and cool to the Marvel Universe. A lot of comedy. But I have to admit, it turned out pretty very good. Story-wise, film-wise, I think the newer Guardians of the Galaxy was just really fascinating. But comic book-wise, I still feel the original series was still wonderful. And it's something that has to be read. I still recommend people to go out and find it if you can. But in this issue, it's interesting because there is an alien group called the Badoon, and the Guardians of the Galaxy, Martinex, is preparing to send Valkyrie, Vance Astro, Hulk, and Yondu to different locations on Earth to fight the Badoon. But what ends up happening is that I'm not sure if the aliens were cloaked, but they were able to deflect the teleportation device, sending teams to not to Earth, but somewhere to different planets. And while the cover here, it shows Doctor Strange, Hulk, and holding the Valkyrie. No, not at all. This has nothing to do with the actual storyline. What you have is Valkyrie, who has been severely injured, with Vance Astro, and they are in a swamp, and out of the swamp comes these furry monster-like beings. So they're from the Badoon race, and they're the females, but they are definitely killer, and they can slice things up with their claws, and they're definitely killers. The Hulk and Yondu, meanwhile, are in another planet or another world and ruled by the Guzot, and they have been taken prisoner. And of course, it's just interesting to see how they have been sentenced to compete in the planet's gladiator games. And so it's just a very interesting story to see the Defenders and the old school Guardians of the Galaxy team up, and it turned out to be a very good issue, actually. So definitely worth checking out. Now the question is should you purchase it if you are a big fan of the original Guardians of the Galaxy? If you can get this one cheap, definitely, yeah, because it has the first appearance of Starhawk, and Starhawk is a pretty awesome character. But again, probably might not mean so much to people now, or newer, younger generations. Mainly for the people who grew up, with the original, grew up reading or enjoyed reading the original Guardians of the Galaxy, then definitely get it, because Nighthawk was such a cool character. But again, that's why I had to do that preface of the discussing the original and the new Guardians of the Galaxy. But yes, this issue does feature the Guardians of the Galaxy and also the first appearance of Starhawk, so definitely check that out. There is also an interesting component to this one. Jack Norris is a stowaway. Jack is the husband of Barbara Norris, and the Valkyrie is possessing Barbara's body. So pretty much he is going ballistic, going crazy when he finds out that his wife and Vance Astro has been deflected to another planet, and he thinks that the Guardians of the Galaxy slaughtered his wife, and a lot of drama. Definitely a lot of drama. But for the most part, this was a very good issue, and I do recommend it. So, okay, everyone, you take care, and I will see you later. Wink, wink, and see you later, everyone. Bye-bye.